All right, so something a little new in the garage today. Well, maybe not new to our longtime subscribers, but we have the G37 IPL in for some service items. So let me show you what we're going to be working on today. So the car has developed a little bit of a chirp when uh, kind of cold starting. Um, and admittedly, the belt has not been replaced during our ownership. And so we think it's probably time for a new drive belt. And I think actually the chirp is most likely coming from one of these idler pulleys. And I found this kind of handy service kit that really replaces all the idler pulleys and the tensioner and the belt all at once. And as this car has been so super reliable, decided, well, let's just put all this on at once and we'll know we're good to go. So, yeah, we're going to get started on this and get this knocked out. So on with the new drive belt and idlers, tensioner, and everything. And what you'll notice is it is pretty cramped from the top here. I mean, I guess you could kind of take the overflow tank out and maybe try and get your hand down there. But let me show you what I found that appears to be hopefully the easiest or easier way of replacing all these components. So we are underneath the car. I just completed an oil change and realized that actually most of the drive components are pretty easy to access from here. Um, so let me show you what we've got. So you got the tensioner right here. So you can get a wrench on that just here. You should be able to get it off. And then actually all the idler pulleys, we've got one up here, one just right above it, kind of tricky to see. And then here's the other one right here. So I'm going to give this a shot from underneath the car and hopefully I don't regret it. Um, but it appears to me that this is probably the best way of changing the serpentine belt and also these idlers and tensioners. So I'm going to get started here and I'll check back in a minute. So let me show you kind of what I figured out as far as releasing the tensioner and also how to reach the bolts on all the idler pulleys. It's pretty cramped in there, but that being said, I found a way that was pretty effective, and hopefully you find this useful. Okay, so you can probably see I've got the ratchet on the tensioner, and then I have just a little cheater handle that I was able to put like this. Basically, that gives you the leverage, as you can see here. Sorry for the shaky video, to release the tensioner and then get the belt off. And then very similar for the idler pulley, it's a 14 millimeter. You can see I've got the ratchet on there. And for ease, I again just put the little cheater handle on here, and then I was able to release it. And I did that for all three of the idlers. So now I just need to get them all the way off, and then work on cracking the bolt for the tensioner as well. So quick update for the tensioner. First of all, that seems to be my culprit as far as the noise I was hearing from the belt drive system. Um, there's just not enough room to get the 14 mil socket on it. It's just too close to uh, the fans. So this is what I've done to basically not only gain access to it, but then be able to undo the bolt. So let me show you. So to do this, yep, you have to access it from the top. There was two 10 mil bolts that allowed me to kind of remove the coolant reservoir, the overflow tank. And that gives you good access here. And you can actually see right here is my wrench on the tensioner, which is right here. This was done up pretty tight, so I did the whole double wrench thing to crack it. And now I'm able to basically undo it somewhat freely. So I'm hoping I have enough room to get the bolt loose and pull the tensioner out from the top here. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. Alrighty, well that worked. I was able to basically snake the tensioner right here, just straight out from in here. So you can kind of see the void now. Tensioner is here, and the idlers are sitting kind of in this area here. So basically got to do the reassembly, but you can kind of see there's like, so tilt it a little bit. Hopefully you can hear that, but there's basically some slop in this. So I think that's where my main noise is coming from. We're coming up on 110,000 miles, so not a shocker, but just for comparison, nothing here, and it's nice and smooth. I'm going to try and take a couple minutes to basically swap over the hardware, um, all this stuff, to the new ones, mainly because they have a different size bolt. I just want to make my life easier when I'm putting everything back. So I'm going to give that a try. And then, yeah, we're on the reassembly. So all in all, not too bad so far. Real quick, one nice thing I noticed is the new tensioner actually has this dowel in it that holds it so you can get the belt on nice and easy. And then I guess you just pull the dowel out and you tension the system and you're good to go. So I think this is one of the first ones I've got lucky with it comes with that, and definitely pleased to see it. All right, so you can see the new idlers on, as well as the tensioner right down here. Ended up leaving the bolts that they came with on. They were kind of locked in there. So yeah, decided to just use the ones that they came with. So now I just got to get the belt routed, which may be a little tricky, but thankfully with the pin on the tensioner, hopefully not too bad. So I'm going to work on that now. And yeah, we'll be pretty close to buttoning this up and have a nice new drive system on the front of the car, and hopefully that means everything's a little bit quieter up front too. Okay, well, the easiest to see, but the belt is on. You can see the pin is removed from the tensioner. Don't forget to take that out, or else you'll be having a bad day. But really all we're left with now is put the overflow reservoir back in the top, and I need to put the underbody tray back in. All right. Well, I hope you guys found this informative and helpful. Definitely glad to have the Infiniti up and running and cooperating. I think we've said this a few times, but it's definitely the most reliable vehicle we've got. And so we just try and do this preventative maintenance so it stays that way. But if you found it informative, definitely check us out, and I would recommend liking the video, subscribing. Definitely comment if you found a better way of doing this. We always do our best to respond to everyone's comments. And yeah, we really hope that you follow us along for not only more Infiniti content, but as you can see, we've got the 928 up here, the little Viper lurking back here, and then of course back here, getting pretty close on the old Mustang. So lots more to come in 2023. And I know Josh has some surprises along the way as well. So yeah, look forward to all you following along for what we have in store.